Welcome to the Hashimoto's Healing Live event, the intro to the Hashimoto's diet plan. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about myself so you can know my story. My name is Mark Ryan. I'm a graduate of Cornell University and a licensed acupuncturist and herbalist. I've been in practice over 10 years, and after the first few years, I discovered a lot of what I'd learned in school just didn't work in clinical practice. So I searched and I studied and I searched and I studied, and finally, I found functional medicine. And functional medicine is kind of a hybrid of ancient Eastern wisdom and Western diagnostic techniques. And basically, it emphasizes having an understanding of how the body works, and uses diet, herbs, and supplements to return the body to balance and to heal it. We also use diagnostic tests like conventional lab tests, so we can know that what we are doing is working or not. What does this have to do with Hashimoto's, you're probably wondering. Well, today I have an amazing life. I love what I do. I have a busy practice here in San Pedro, California. And I'm fortunate to have the clinical and personal experience to really help my Hashimoto's patients. But it wasn't always this way. A few years ago, I was overwhelmed with my own autoimmune disease. I have something called ankylosing spondylosis, which is an autoimmune disease that causes the vertebrae in your spine to fuse and can be quite painful. It really had me over a barrel. I was tired all the time. I was in pain all the time. I could barely concentrate at work. I just was really at the point I wanted to give up. And I wasn't really getting much help from the doctor I was going to see at that time. So I started working with a functional medicine practitioner like myself. And he got me on an autoimmune diet and got me on some supplements and really helped to get my life back in order. And I started to regain my energy and I got my life back. And then something interesting happened. I discovered that I had some nodules on my thyroid. So I went to see an MD friend of mine, and he sent me for a thyroid ultrasound. And it was scary because nodules on men can be cancer sometimes. Well, we ordered blood tests, and thank God the ultrasound came back negative. I didn't have cancer, but the blood test revealed that my antibodies were pretty high, and I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. So my one autoimmune disease had developed into another. And this is fairly common. I see this quite a bit in practice. So at that point, I really had to step up my game. I had to study more, and I had to try and figure out how to heal this because I was determined not to let it take over and ruin my life. I have a family. I have kids to support. I couldn't just throw in the towel. So I had to find answers that worked. And I can tell you there's a lot of conflicting information out there, and there's a lot of complete nonsense. But gradually, I was able to find my way, and I was able to once again regain a truly amazing life. Today I have abundant energy. I really am not in pain much at all anymore. I figured out how to effectively treat and, for the most part, reverse that brain fog that had me so I couldn't concentrate at all before. And having gone through all of this, I've decided to commit my life to helping other people with autoimmune disease, and Hashimoto's in particular. And I want to teach them how to turn their lives around as well. So today, not only is this my specialty, it's also personal. I've been joking with people lately and saying it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I really get it. I really understand what my patients are going through. And it's a curse because I really got it. I really understand what my patients are going through. So I'm telling you all this because I want you to know that I'm walking the path with you. And I'm doing this because I really believe that my higher power has a plan for me, and that is to be of service to you all.